everyone, I'm Janet with the Orlando Jeep Club. We're preparing trail rides for your enjoyment for the Jeepin' with Judd event that's coming up in a few weeks. I just wanted to go over a couple things with you about the required equipment we ask you to have. Every one of you will get a brochure like this. I would suggest you read the whole thing, but on the top of the middle column in the trail ride section tells you the required equipment you need. Tow hooks front and back on your Jeep. That is so if you get stuck or the guy behind you gets stuck, you can pull each other out. You also need a tow strap. We prefer a kinetic rope, especially if it's muddy. Only looped ends, no metal hooks on the ends. And you'll need a D-ring or a soft shackle to hook those up. I would suggest you hook it up when you're in line getting ready to go to your ride or before you get here, so if the guy behind you needs to be pulled out, it's already hooked up. The guy in front of you is already hooked up. You guys can get pulled out and continue on your ride. You need a fire extinguisher. This is called an Element fire extinguisher. They last longer than usual fire extinguishers. They're really good and they don't expire. Some of you may have the cylinders that are metal. That stuff will get packed in. We want you to have a fire extinguisher. Will this fire extinguisher put out my whole Jeep fire if it catches on fire? Absolutely not. So if everybody has one and your Jeep catches on fire, everybody can put that fire out. So that's one of the reasons we want you to have a fire extinguisher. Everyone should have a seat belt. Everyone in the Jeep should have a seat belt. A ratchet strap hooked to the frame is not a seat belt, and yes, someone has tried that. Please don't try that. We want you to have a seat belt, and anytime your Jeep is on motion on this ranch, you are on a trail ride, so fasten that seat belt for us, please. You need to have four-wheel drive for all our trails. Also, this little brochure will tell you about every trail, and it will tell you the requirement for each trail. So read that brochure to get information about that. Stock Jeeps just need four-wheel drive. The other rides will need additional equipment, so please take a look at that. Please tread lightly. We don't want to tear up the trails at the ranch. The cattle do come through here. We don't want somebody falling in a hole or making a mud hole and then they get stuck and we can't get them out. So we do respect the tread lightly program. We recommend you have a CB radio. I know everyone has gone to GMRS. I understand why you went to GMRS. We have between 600 and 800 Jeeps out on the trails, and every half hour through this event, there are not enough GMRS channels to keep us from talking over each other. So your trail leader might be telling you about an obstacle, but you're on GMRS and he's a whole nother trail away. Now you're looking for this obstacle. That's not even where you're at, and you drive into a ditch somewhere that you shouldn't be in. So if you can bring a CB radio, handheld is fine, hard mounted is fine, but you'll have a better experience. You'll also get to know our trail guides, and they can give you a little bit of history of the ranch or a little bit about our club or what their enjoyment is for this event. We ask that you please bring a CB radio because that will just help our communication better. Oh, if you do run a CB, even if it's handheld, an external antenna will help you a lot with that too. It'll make your range better. You'll be able to hear the instructions from our trail guides. We appreciate you coming to your staging lanes prepared and ready to ride with the appropriate equipment. Be ready to enjoy the event and have a good time. So thank you for coming, and thank you for supporting us and Polk County Charities.